Let's get it going. I understand it now. I honestly believe I understand it now. The lethal shooter, social media. He's not even a social media shooter. He's just the number one guy you want to go to if you're trying to fix your jump shot. He's like the number one guy. It's kind of like equivalent to like if you wanted to go for a trainer, you could get one in your city, of course. But if you want the trainer, you go get lethal shooter. He gonna get you right. You gonna miss one, and he gonna look at you and be like, I understand it now. And you gonna get more. However, this is not necessarily where this conversation is going. Instead of saying I understand it, I said I understand it. And here's why. So right now I'm going through some changes in my job, and as the changes are happening in my job, there's also changes happening in my physical and spiritual life. What does that mean for those who don't know? When you have changes going on in your spiritual life, that means you're either meeting new people, finding new opportunities, or you're finding something new about yourself. Finding out something new about yourself. Yeah. And I knew today, or I knew this year, or even last year, I knew that with my music, it can put me in places. It can put me in opportunities and things that I want to do. However, my problem is that I sometimes struggle with perfectionism, meaning I can't drop shit until I have this, until I have that, until I have this, until I have that. And that has what's been holding me back from being in the next stage of where I desire to be. Now, granted, obviously, as an artist, you're not going to want to drop everything you make. However, for me, I've been desiring to make consistent, authentic music that fulfills who I am as a person so that when other people listen to it, they feel fulfilled in what they're, receiving. So, if you're here right now, please like the video. I make these live videos specifically as like a video diary. So, if I'm ever feeling lost, if I'm ever feeling like, why did I do these things? If I ever even need a refresher from my own self without meditation, without talking to ChatGPT, without calling my friends, without calling my mom, my dad, I can look at videos like this and it helps me. What's up, everybody who's here? Am I on fentanyl? No, I'm not on the fan. I don't even know why that will be a question in your mind anyway. Are you on fentanyl? What the fuck? To bring this question back to the center, I had a meditation Monday that lasted 2.5 hours. And in this meditation, many gems were dropped. So many gems, I can't even count right now. And I haven't rewatched the video yet simply because of everything else that's been going on in my life. And to circle this back to music, I recognized today while talking to an elder I met Monday that the meditation was Tuesday, my bad. The elder I met Monday, literally the day before I met him, I asked the universe to help align me with my ancestors. And the fact me and him connect, never talked with him at all. He only just came and go and stuff like that, did what he needed to do. However, on Monday, we and him talked for probably an approximately of like 45 minutes in total. And there were separate times, but in all the times we talked, more clarity, more acknowledgement of the universe is always on your side. Everything that you desire is already within you. You just got to allow your body to match the frequency of what you are desiring. And today, I saw him again, And before he came today, I watched a video that talked about um, I forgot his name, but shout out to my boy Jaja. He definitely put me onto this YouTuber. And in his video today, he had talked about how there are so many creative people in the world. So many creative people. Even the people that's probably in this live right now. You're probably super creative. However, it's hard to triangulate. Is the best word I can use right now. I think it's hard to triangulate what ideas match the moment right now. And the idea that matches the moment right now is the first one that necessarily comes to the mind because it made you feel excited as you thought about it. And the same thing me and my friends right here talk about. You could be good at everything, but if you're not great at one thing, everything else won't necessarily reach its maximum potential because you're trying to put your hands in every single pot when you only got two hands. If you grasp your two hands on one thing and focus on that more than everything else, you will master that one thing and then be good at everything else. And then shoot, eventually you'll master something else. That one thing I've been grasping my hands on has been music. The one thing I've been grasping my hands on has always been music. And I never decided to make music to make money. Music to me, I made it so that I can be different than what you normally would hear on the radio, on TV. Like, of course, you may find some similarities. Like, I may sound like someone right here, someone over there, but I have my own distinct sound, and I love that I built that for myself. And because of how different I am, sometimes it's hard to acknowledge the fact that I have my own lane that I'm working towards. It's like if you're in the HOV lane and you have nobody else in the car with you, that's kind of like a violation. But from my perspective, my HOV lane is my music, and nobody's in the car with me because I don't necessarily feel like I need anyone else with me to do what I need to do to create the songs I create because I've been doing it for so long. In the future, I desire to, and I even see myself working in the studio with big artists and being able to make classics that that last throughout lifetimes. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm making this video is to not only let my present self express this, but also allow my future self to come back and look at this and say, let go of being judged. Let go of feeling like your music is not going to touch people. Let go of feeling like you need to wait till you have a specific amount of songs for you to drop music. Fuck that. Fuck all of that, bro. Make what you love, drop it because you love it, and make something else because you love it and drop it because you love it. Do that. Because what that's going to do is allow you to release the things that you've built up inside and allows it to manifest into reality without you holding on to it. I I believe right now in this moment the only reason why I'm going through things at my job is because I'm holding on to so much shit within my own personal reality that it is hard for me to take in a different or just a new approach of how I should be doing my work, doing my 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? As soon as my manager told me like, what did he say exactly? Because I don't want to mess it up. I mean, I could summarize it, but yes, I am spiritual KO. Thank you for asking a better question than Thomas Jones. The nigga talking about fentanyl. He's bugging out. And I'm not from New York, but I just like the word bugging out than tripping than any other word. I don't know why. Anywho, I when I heard my manager say we're good as far as connecting communication, in the workspace relationship that we have, but it's like as if when we're disconnected you can't do shit by yourself. He didn't say that verbatim the last part, but that's how I'm taking it because theoretically that's what he's saying if he was to be blunt. And just like weed, I've been getting high on my own supply without actually giving it to other people who could use it better than even how I'm using it. My friends called me the other day and he was like, bro, He's like, man, I played your music, and honestly, bro, that shit hyped me up because I was not feeling the best. And then when I played you, it made me feel like, we could pass this test. No need to rush. I forgot what I said exactly, but you know what I'm saying? Like, my music is not about matching trends or all of these things. It's a message. And for me, these messages hit in moments where sometimes I forget that uh, these things are built for helping someone on a day-to-day basis. It's not until I've necessarily hear my music and feel it, and even sometimes when my heart is playing it, because your heart has its own beat and it plays whatever beat that you're feeling you need to hear right now so you can move forward. When my heart decides to do stuff like that, when it's my own music, it allows me to feel like not only appreciated, but I'm also doing the right thing. Like, I left the format of how music is supposed to necessarily sound. I decided to go into the pathway of making things that feels right to me, because that's what I care about more. And it's crazy because, like, when you hold on to something for so long, you start to, like, it's kind of like if you were to hold those water jugs that you fill up at hair growth tips, please. Let me not get distracted. When you hold on to like the big old water jugs, the ones that go into the containers, and you put your cup in it. What I'm saying? I feel like when you hold on to so much shit, it's like you're walking with that water jug, and the top is off, and it's always filled. Every step you take, you're spilling something on some places that don't need to be receiving yo shit. Instead, if you poured that water exactly where it needed to go, it could be received, and then guess what? You can fill it up again and do it again, and then let it be a cycle. I've been so worried about making shit perfect, making shit align, making shit build up, and it's not wrong to let it build up. However, when things are building up with no destination, you're just gonna fucking explode. You're just gonna fucking explode. Like, imagine if the people who made Claymore, C4s, and fucking bouncing Beatties like you see in Call of Duty, imagine if they never like placed it in those places, but they always had it ready to be used. Like, you set the Claymore in your hand, but you never placed it somewhere where it could be utilized. So when it's placed, it could be for something. You know what I'm saying? Just like the mushroom on my shirt, I'm really working towards decomposing what it means to be necessarily perfect. I even wrote in my journal a while back, passion and purpose equals perfection, because I saw a post on Instagram saying that passion and purpose is over perfection. And necessarily it is. However, it's like an equation, a math equation. You can't have perfection without passion and purpose. You can't have purpose and perfection without passion. You can't have purpose without passion and perfection. That's the original PPP loan. You need to have passion and purpose so that you can elevate yourself to the perfection that you're going to naturally build. Keyword naturally. I feel like a lot of times I don't naturally allow things to happen because I'm be working so hard to either build the finances to pay for it, or feel like I need to have this amount of people listen to it. Like, fuck all of that, bro. Like, I'ma still put money behind my post. I'ma still have moments where I'm like, man, I want to have more people hear this. However, that's not the purpose of why we make the music that we make. As long as we create the videos that we love and that makes us excited when we make it, put however much money behind it and just let it go, literally setting it into the universe and forgetting about it. And when I say forget, that doesn't mean like you lose a memory of it. Like, no, you let it be for someone so they can get it and utilize what you gave them. Thank you, Water. I understand it now. It can be not only just for myself, for the people watching too. If you feel like you're holding on to so much, whether it's emotions, whether it's relationships with people, shit, money, uh, holding on to goals that don't necessarily fit your true soul. Like it doesn't get you excited. It doesn't make you feel like it's aligned with where you really desire to be. Shit, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully my audio wasn't bad because this shit was connected to the car the whole time. Hopefully it wasn't bad. It probably was. It's okay though. To kind of summarize what I'm saying and continue to build on it, because I'm almost at my destination. Don't hold on to things for so long, because you're not going to be able to provide it in a space where it can be accepted and acknowledged. If you don't decide to let go of things that you've been working so hard to build, meaning put it in a place where it can be acknowledged, put it in a place it can be accepted, or put it in a place where it can grow in the community, then all you're gonna do is continue to mind fuck yourself, and it'll cause an emotional turmoil on what you can do. And let's be very frank, humans are emotional savages, meaning it doesn't matter what the fuck you got going on, I'm gonna do what I feel, and that's cool. However, if what you doing and how you feeling is sabotaging you and your community, then my boy, you're that's demon time. That's literally demon time. You're dehumanizing yourself in your space because of how you feel. What I'm doing, like, I'm glad I could speak out what I'm going through and have it in documentation like this, because not only am I releasing it, but I'm also allowing it to be something not only I can look back at, shoot, my ancestors in the future, my kids can look at this, shoot, my mom can watch this, dad, brothers, anybody can watch this shit and understand where my mindset is, so that it gives dialogue. It gives some sort of like resting place to the shit that I'm holding on to. And then eventually in the future, I definitely want to get paid to speak. There's been so many times where people have trusted in me with situations they're going through because they value the words I say. And it only got to that point because I desired to value what I say to myself. This is a great definition or a great representation or depiction of God talk. I'm not note to self in the future. Hold on, wait, is it back? Are we back? Are we back? Are we back in the building? Back in the okay, we back in the building. Note to self. Jared, future. When you go live, put your phone on D&D, because when people call, it fucks up the feng shui a little bit. So I understanding now is different from I understanding now. Let's talk about it. I understanding now means you know what to do to make the adjustments to succeed. I understanding now means you are grasping the things that you do and how it affects people around you and the emotions and thoughts that you have building inside of you. That's the I understand it now. We'll get to the I overstand it in the future. We'll get to the I overstand it now in the future. So that's all there is to it. I dropped a song today. I'm gonna drop the music video to it today. I'm gonna drop a visual to it today on my shorts and the reels, Facebook. I'm gonna post it everywhere and just let it go. Then when I get paid tomorrow, I'm gonna put money behind this post, the post I post the next day and the day after that, and just let it go. I'm gonna drop 3 songs this weekend, and that's it. I'm not gonna care about numbers. I'm not gonna give a fuck about that. All I'm gonna do is just post these 3 songs, the videos behind them, and then what I'm going to do next is post my mixtape next weekend. I'm going to do what I can to have a music video aligned with those. That's not too taxing on what I got going on. However, that's the plan. I'm going to do what I can to stick with it. Even if it has to be videos I'm doing just in a house, fuck it. It's not about being perfect. It's about necessarily getting it done. Doing the best that you can in the space you have so that you know what it's like to take care or build in another space, using all angles, all spaces, all sides. Because the only way you can really get out the funk that you're in is if you, become the funk and transform it. Get out of it by transforming it from the inside out. That's what a lot of people in America are doing that don't want America to be the way it is right now. We're doing the best we can at transforming from the inside out so we can be a country like Canada or a country like Asia, a country like China. We want to be for the people. We want to be self-sufficient. It's just a little bit hard being self-sufficient when you're trying to hold on to so much shit. It's equivalent to a billionaire who makes $1 billion every year in 4 different companies and don't decide to share its wealth or the wealth of these 4 companies in ways that can help the community. Because let's be honest, if we had, let's say in every 5 neighborhoods that surround you, there's a millionaire. If there's a millionaire for every 5 apartment complexes that you see, a whole lot of shit would be different. There's a millionaire for every other musician that you see. And I guarantee you it's a lot of musicians. It's a lot of artists, dancers, video editors. So we are back. Sorry for all the, in and outs. Let me put my phone. Do not disturb is activated. So I do want to talk about one other thing. I talked to ChatGPT today, and I asked it about Doge, Elon Musk, the U.S. economy, the China, Canada. And the one main question I asked is, and I wanted to get a wide perspective. I asked it, if you were to rate America's government from 1 to 10 based on the balance of harmony, unity, and harmony, unity, and was it structure? No, not structure. It was order. Harmony, unity, and order. You know what ChatGPT gave America a 5 out of 10 in the context of balance, and a harmony, unity, and order. ChatGPT gave America a 5 out of 10. A motherfucking 5 out of 10. That's crazy. And when I asked the same question for China, she gave it a 7 or 8 out of 10. Specifically, she said 7 or 8 out of 10. I asked Canada. She said 7 out of 10. ChatGPT even is looking at the American government and this shit is ass. ChatGPT is looking at the American government what the fuck is y'all doing? Just as much as we looking at these motherfuckers with Elon Musk, Trump, and all this other bullshit. And I'm bringing this up to not talk shit about the American government, but I'm bringing this up to say the only people that can change anything is us. There's more of us than it is them.
And when I say specifically us, I mean everybody that is not linked internally with the political system. Every black, white, brown, yellow, Asian person does not have to follow the same regimes that's placed in front of us. The only reason why we do it is out of scarcity, fear, money. Scarcity is literally the fear of not being able to take care of your family. Fear meaning protection, and money meaning money. Before I had got off made the little disconnection, I came back. I was saying how there are so many millionaires and billionaires that are living in this country, but what are they doing to supply for the people? The biggest things that I desire to do with music, with speaking, with spirituality, all of these things, I want to build unity, harmony, and order. Order meaning structure. Unity meaning we're coming together. You can't communicate without community. And then harmony meaning we can accept each other's differences and not fight each other over it. The biggest issue that Democrats and Republicans have is that, bro, even though y'all have different viewpoints, y'all are still abided by the same motherfucking system. Meaning, like, Republicans take care of a part of the system and Democrats take care of a part of the system. But when do they say, all right, look, we're going to do this, and if y'all need help with any part that y'all lacking in, that y'all doing, let us know. Y'all do what y'all do, and whatever thing that y'all need help with, just let us know. We could do what we can. And I feel like they already are doing that, because theoretically, all of these companies and shit work together. They literally do. They just make it seem like they don't in front of the cameras. When cameras are turned on, it's a whole different perspective. Like when I first started to play basketball with a camera on, I was in my own head all the time. Like, oh shit, they saw that fuck up. Oh, they saw that crossover. They saw that. Bro, it doesn't matter if the cameras are on or shut. It may cause a difference within your whole cellular structure, because now you have more eyes looking at you. Specifically what cameras we got now, you got literally one or two, you got 2 or 3 eyes looking at you every day. Every second, actually. Because our camera literally has a front camera, a back camera. And some of the back cameras have 3 cameras on the back camera. So I say that to say, if we can find ways to unify one another, this shit will be a lot less harmful. A lot less harmful. Like it's so stretched out. It's wild. So I understand it now. It means you know how to make the adjustments you need to succeed. I understand it now. It means you can grasp the problems that you have created and how it has affected you and your environment. And now that you can grasp it, understanding it is the next step. We'll talk about that when I go through it. And since everything is happening right now, I'm going to give a smooth hypothesis. For those who's watching, please like the video, and I thank you for being here. A smooth hypothesis for I overstand it now compared to I understand it now and I understand it now is this. You've taken the steps to make adjustments, and you've learned how these adjustments have affected you and your community. Now it is, what can you do to uplift, change, and strengthen your community? What can you do? So, yeah. If you're watching this, I also want to let you know that when I dropped my song today and I logged into my DistroKid account, the code that I got was 666, which is reflection, and it also is the genetic coding for dark matter, which is the makeup of every being in the freaking planet. It just has different pools of how our body is intaking this 666 energy, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons, and 6 protons. Even white people have it. It's just not as consistent compared to us, which are black and brown individuals. And 555, which represents change, which represents evolution, which represents adjustments, and which also represents alignment. So, just wanted to give that as a gem. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you. And if you feel down, be a mushroom. Decompose what you're down about and grow to be something better. Have a good one.